Hey guys, welcome back into Legacy. So, as promised, I'm going to start doing a Rollmaster series, but in order to build up to the character creation series of videos, I need to do a quick video series on what a character looks like, what each part of a character has, and how to read a character sheet, because I think a lot of people who are going to get into Rollmaster are going to be very confused if they get into it and start going, well, what the hell? How do I make heads or tails of all of this nonsense? Okay. So I'm going to go through character classes real fast. Okay, this is a character class page from the core rulebook. This game is out of print, guys, so I encourage you to go to drive-thru, pick it up. I think they do a lot of the stuff print on demand, some of it print on demand. If they don't do print on demand, it's still worth picking up and printing out from a warehouse on your own. I have hard copies of several of the books. There we go. There's the core rules right there. So I've got actually lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff on my own. So yay, okay, anyways. So how do we read a character class? Well, first off, character classes are pretty well broken up pretty simply. So the first thing you're going to notice up here in the corner, you have a description of what fighters are. They tell you exactly what the fighter is and gives you some examples and gives you a really good little flavor text right here, blah, blah, blah. Then the first thing you're going to know stat-wise from a character perspective is it's going to give you what's called prime stats. Prime stats have to be 90 or above. So for a fighter, you have to have 90s in both constitution and strength when buying statistics. And I'll get into that when we get into character creation itself. So characters have to have 90 or above in constitution and strength. I really appreciate that about the game because it means that your character, you can't dump stat things that are important to the character. Okay. Next thing you'll see, and this is not important for fighters, but other classes that can cast spells, this will become vitally important because it'll tell you what their base spell lists are. For example, the Mystic will tell you that he has the Mystic base spell list and any other base spell list he has, such as Channeling Open or Element or the Mystics, I believe, get Mentalism Open. But anyways, it tells you what their spell lists are, and they can learn spells from any spell list, open spell list of their chosen realm magic. So if they want to be essence casters, they can learn essence spell casting. I'll show you how that works in a second. So the next thing you get is everybody gets a profession bonus. Based on their character class. So everything under the armor group, which is right here, these are considered armor groups, armor medium, light, and heavy, are called groups. They're part of the group. Everything in there gets a +10 bonus. Pretty simple, pretty common sense. And combat maneuvers, weapons, all get +20. Body development gets +10, which body development in this game is your hit points. So you're automatically starting out 10 higher than anyone else in the game. Okay, so the next thing you're going to hit into are you're going to get into skills and skill categories. Armor, and it goes through, and the skill categories are, okay, the skill categories and skill, this is where it's going to be important. I'll do a different video on just skills so you guys can see how this works. But skills are separated into both categories and then individual skills. So I can buy armor, light, and then take leather armor and make myself better in leather armor than other types of light armor. And therefore, I become more proficient in it. It's very wonky for people who've never played a game system like this, but I really enjoy it. The numbers on the side are how much each rank in the skill costs. Depending on what kind of class you're playing, each kind of skill is going to cost you a little more, a little less. So in this case, to gain 3 ranks of heavy armor would cost you a total of 6 development points, which again, I'm going to get into that when I get into the character creation video. Oh, what development points do. They do cost a certain number of points to buy, and it's going to be very expensive. Certain things are very expensive for certain classes. Weapons, as you can see, are very, very cheap. The cool thing with this game is you can put the weapon categories in any order you want. And then down here does list the weapon categories. So you can do that yourself. So if you want to play a ranged fighter, you can make his first category ranged. And then if you think two-handed is worthless, you can make it, say, category 7. You can never buy more skill ranks than it allows you to buy right here. Again, I'll get into that in character creation video. But so certain skill ranks, you'll see they only have one, like war magical skill category. You can only buy 1 rank of the category and 1 rank in each skill under the category. So if you want to play a character that knows something about magic as a fighter, you're going to pay through the nose, and you're going to do it very slowly. It kind of sucks, to be frank. Okay, then we're going to go down to everyman skills, occupational skills, and restricted skills. This is where it gets kind of weird and fun. Okay, everyman skills cost 1, 2, and 3 for each rank. Occupational skills, which this character has none. Let me see, tell you exactly how it words that in the book because it's weird. Okay. Occupational category has development point. I'm sorry. Occupational is 1, 2, 3. Everyman is 2 and 4. I apologize. I got this backwards. So, and then restricted category has an increased development point cost. And this is how the book reads. For a given character, the skills in restricted category are determined by the skill category definitions, by the character's culture, race, and by the character's profession. For a skill category with a combined progression, the DP of its restricted skill category is double. For standard progression, it's 4 times. So, guys, very, very, very weird how restricted skills work. And that's why there's so few of them for the class. Pretty much if you're not going to channel, which is basically healing magic, you're not going to worry about it. Because you're not getting paid to the nose to do it. Okay, last thing you're going to see with these guys up here, last 2 things real quick. Spell development. This is how much it costs to take a rank in a spell. Okay, so spells in this game are done off of a list. And I'll do a whole trade school on spells, okay, guys, so you can see what a spell list looks like. Okay, the lists are listed at, they are listed by level. As you can see, fighters quickly get prohibitively, stupidly expensive to get spells. You will spend about half your development points per level just to get a 1st to 5th level spell. Fighters, you really don't want to go into spell casting. You can, but it's a waste. It really is. You'll save up a lot of development points trying to get there. You are better off, in this case, just not buying them because you can only buy one rank in the spell category. And, dun, 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 you also dump 25 points for the first 5. And then from 6 to 10 ranks, it's 50 per rank, and so on and so on. It's very, very, very expensive. It's very, very, very stupid. It is exceedingly hard to do with a fighter. Again, I can show you a different class if I need to, but I don't think I need to. Like I said, a wizard's going to be like dirt cheap. They're able to get multiple skills per. And what this is used for is when you cast spells, you roll the spell list versus the difficulty you're trying to succeed. If you fail, you can do awful things to yourself. You can blow yourself up. You can put yourself into sleeps. You can do all kinds of awful things. You have to see the spell failure tables. And that's another video all for itself, is doing the failures and succeeding tables. Okay, spell development. Last thing you're going to see down here, training packages. Okay. I don't really want to go through and do a crap ton of work and build a character that's going to require me to have to do all the math and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, again, this is probably going to be the next video I do. Is going to probably be the actual spell or actual training package video. Okay, training package is pretty simple to build up off of, guys. The cost here is your development point cost to take that training package. Training packages will give you set number of skills, set number of skill ranks in certain skill categories, and certain types of abilities based on that. Certain, I don't think any of them actually giving you spell list or anything, but you typically get about 50 to 60 development points is about average. So you can take multiple training packages. Generally not a good idea. Generally what you want to do is you want to choose one that gives you a lot of your baseline skills and then spend your rest of your development points building out from there. Your characters are really well developed in this game. Because of this, that is how a character class reads. Character classes in this game are not hard to understand. They are very basic, and unlike D&D or games that are other games that are level-based, Rolemaster character classes are not restrictive. They do certain things very well, and one of my animals I think is in the trash. I'm going to have to go fix that really fast here in a minute. Get out of trash! Sorry, guys. Professions, they get the profession bonuses based on what they're doing. And, you know, fighter obviously is going to be better at fighting. So you're going to get those bonuses, blah, blah, blah. That's common sense. But guys, the character does not stop him from being like, you know what? I want to learn how to be a stealthy fighter. Okay, do it. Take something like, say, take cut purse, and then take some skills around being a cut purse on top of the training package. Pretty simple build up, not a hard concept. I really appreciate this game because of that. Like I said, I think tomorrow I'll try to do the training packages video so you guys can look at a training package. I may do a couple videos tomorrow, one on training package, one on races. want you guys to see how all of this stuff looks before I go into the character creation process, because I don't want you guys to go in to the character creation process with me and be like, well, what the hell is he talking about? Because some of this actually does make differences. Characters are very, 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 very simple in this game, yet they're detailed. So I wanted to do this trade school so people could get a better idea for what they're looking at and be able to tell me, you know, when they're watching my videos, if they have any questions, they can come back and reference other videos, or always leave questions behind. You know, I'll be happy to answer them best I can. This is one of my favorite systems in the world. I think it's hyper real. It's got a hyper realism. What's up, Brock? He's acting bad. He's laying right behind me, so he was doing something he wasn't supposed to do. Anyways, guys, he's I always welcome questions, comments, concerns, whatever. Don't mention yelling at my animals. I don't fucking care what you think. I had at least an animal or two animals in the trash. I couldn't get to them. I'm going to yell at them and get them out. That being said, if you have questions about Rollmaster, leave them behind. I'll be happy to answer them. Very much so. Sorry, guys. If you have any questions about how classes work, I'll try to answer them best I can. Like I said, I'm going to go through. I'm going to do the races and the training packages next, so you can see those. And then I'm going to do one with, apologize, guys. I'm having some problems with my gut for whatever reason. I'm going to do one with spell lists, so you guys can see what a spell list looks like, how it develops. And you guys can make up your own mind from there. Character development. By the way, guys, this game has a pretty much open-ended leveling system. You can gain 50 and 60 levels in this game. Not that you're going to do that very often. Most of the time, games hit about 20th level at the higher end, 25th level at the higher end, and they start to peter out because power levels start getting really ridiculous. Some of your bonuses get really high. Some of the things just get kind of goofy. For the record, guys, something I'm going to do before, and I'm going to do a trade school on this as well, as how skills develop. So, you know, guys, there is a possibility that your character skills can develop +0 per rank put into it. So there comes a point where your skills stop developing bonuses. Typically, it's pretty high in the ranks, which is why you're only able to put a couple ranks in at a time, like 15, 20 plus ranks. But do not be surprised if you find a skill that you're really good with that you hit pretty fast, like 8, 9 levels, sometimes lower, depending on what you're playing. So I'll get into all that when I do that video, though. So like I said, this game is not like standard D&D at all. And if that's what you're expecting out of it, you're going to be sadly disappointed. Anyways, as always, questions, thoughts, comments, questions, concerns in the comments. Otherwise, guys, we do hope you guys keep having fun, and we do hope you guys we do hope to see you guys around the gaming table. I swear to God, I can talk.